When you endure hardship and accept your discipline, accept the strange, radical, tough situations that happen in your life, you start to see the benefits. What do I gain out of this challenge in life? What can I learn out of this situation? You always must ask yourself, what can I learn in every single situation?
So look, here's what I learned the other day. I woke up, knelt down, and began to pray to get those demons out my way. I will never be a slave. I depend on my Bible in every way, just in case I go astray.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to Jaja's Mic. It's a pleasure to have you. If this is your first time joining me, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm a firm believer that your life will be changed. Ladies and gentlemen, I got in trouble the other week. I got in trouble. I got to thank God I made it out of this one. You see, the other day, I'm shooting a video. It's just me, you, and God. And I'm giving you all a message that's potent, a message that's been giving me a problem, right? As I typically tend to do. And I'm greeted this time around by a guest. Uninvited. 5 p.m. in the afternoon. Starting to sunset. No witnesses. Just me, you, God. And now a guest, right? So this guest begins to pull into the curb, the secluded area in which I'm giving you all this speech. Parks his car, slows down. As I look to my right, I can't really see who the individual is. I can't make it out. So I guess it's somebody else that I got to preach to. I guess it's somebody else that I give motivation to, right? So as the car pulls up, he starts getting close, right? Then parks his car, decides to let down the window halfway. So I see eyeballs now making contact. So I say, you know what, I'm going to go over there. I don't pause my camera. I don't stop my DSLR. I leave it on live, right? Like I said, it's just me, you. So as I get closer to the vehicle, start to look the individual directly in his eyes, right? I'm walking. I'm a confident individual. I'm not stupid, so I walk a little slow. So I greet the individual. I say, hey, how you doing? I get no response. So I get closer. All right, cool. Now I'm close to the window now. Window's still halfway slanted. The individual now wants to know what I'm doing on this property. He asks me, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? I told him, well, sir, how you doing? My name is Mike Jaja. I'm shooting a motivational, inspirational video for my YouTube channel, Jaja's Mic. I shoot these videos every Monday. He says, oh, okay. So he begins to ask me another question. But before he goes into that question, I look into the car, and as I look into the car, because I'm directly in front of the individual, I look to the passenger seat, and as I look to the passenger seat, I see a beautiful shiny metal object, a 9mm pistol, sitting on the side of his seat in the open. So the individual asks me, he's like, so, what are you doing on this property? Do you know whose property this is? I tell him, no, I don't. I do not know whose property this is. Do you mind telling me? Because right now, that's none of my concern. My concern is shooting this video. If you would like to join me, feel free to do so. Now you all probably asking me at this point, why didn't you get the heck up out of there? Why didn't you get into sprint mode? Partially because I knew a spiritual feeling came upon me, right? And I knew no weapon formed against me shall prosper. But I was intrigued to see where this would end. So he begins to talk once again, rolls down his window just a little bit more. It became from being a halfway window to a full-blown, it's all the way down, full attention mode. And he's like, I don't like people on my property. You see, there's a problem because you're on my property. You're on my property. He repeats himself as if I didn't hear him the first time, and I can see he's irritated, right? But I understand something about not being arrogant, not being prideful, not having a forward mouth, taking back anger, right? That's the fear of God right there. And when you can understand that, you can better access situations. So I took my pride, I took my ego, I took anger, and I kept it within, and I empathized. See, here's how you win people over. You empathize with them. Put yourself in their shoes. So I put myself in his shoes. I stood there. I listened. I listened to the concern he had. So as I sat there and listened, he kept spilling out just exactly why he was frustrated. You see, this entire week, this entire month, there's been somebody on my property. There's been somebody on my property. You see, there's been an individual graffitiing my property. There's been people trying to take my property. Now, I'm not saying it's you, but I want you to understand that you must ask permission before you. So as I sit here and listen to him, I understand more about the art of listening, what it does. It's very therapeutic, it's a form we utilize that we don't utilize too much because individuals do not like to listen. We as individuals do not like to listen. And it's the most potent form known to win the heart of anybody. You see, anger is very potent because when you're mad, what anger does to you psychologically, right? It takes away your ability to make rational decisions. Your frontal cortex, which controls your rational decision making, it's cut off. So that's why whenever you see somebody angry, they make dumb thoughts. They make dumb decisions, right? Because what anger does and being mad altogether, it changes your blood chemical composition. It legitimately changes your blood composition. That's why it brings about diseases and stresses. That's why the Bible tells you to take back anger. So to cut back to the story, in order for you to get past certain roadblocks in your life, right? I'm sitting here giving you all a message, something potent, and I get hit with a quick roadblock, a quick obstacle. Now, here's the moral of the story. You decide how you want to go about handling that obstacle, because the way you decide to handle that obstacle affects your life, affects your career, and affects the people around you, right? And the best way that I know for you to handle these obstacles is handle them in the most calm, most polite, most righteous way possible. And the best way to do that is to take back anger. You must take back anger in order for you to rationally think about a more conductive conclusion to the obstacle, to solve the problem. You form a smarter algorithm, like you're playing with it in a Rubik's Cube. It's just an algorithm of how to solve the problem. When you take back anger, you allow yourself to form a better algorithm to handle life obstacles that hit you day in and day out. The Bible tells you not to worry about tomorrow, because today we have enough problems of our own. So I thank God for that obstacle. I thank God for that learning situation. I thank God for that lesson. And to close it, here's what happens at the end. The individual never reaches for his gun. But check this out. A second car pulls into the parking lot and parks behind me. A second car pulls into the parking lot and parks directly behind me. Sunset, beautiful sunset. It's me, you, and God. The angry property owner and his best friend, Mr. 9mm pistol. And now a second car pulls behind me. Luckily for me, it was the inspector of the property. He's been looking for the owner for the past 9 months. He gets out his car and he comes talk to us. He's like, hey, any of you gentlemen know whose property this is? Happens to be this gentleman, this individual in the car. So the property inspector, he's like, hey, do me a favor though. Before you get out your car, make sure you put that pistol up. I don't want you to do anything ignorant. I don't want you to do anything stupid. I don't want you to get in trouble right now. So the property inspector tells the guy to put his gun up, and they go off and inspect the property. But long story short, though, after that, I'm thinking to myself how, at the end of the story, as the property inspector leaves, I'm talking to the individual once again. We're chatting, we're sitting there talking. I empathize with him. I listen. He ends up giving me his contact number and allowing me to use that location. Anytime I want to shoot, I can use that location now. Anytime I want to shoot, just because I listen, I gained respect from that point on. So, ladies and gentlemen, choose wisely how you handle the obstacles that come about in your life. And always have faith that the right outcome is always going to be given to you. And I'm a firm believer that your life, talking to you, I'm a firm believer that your life will be changed. Thank you for tuning in to Jaja's Mic. We out. As long as you have faith.
As long as you have faith, Jesus Christ is paving the way. Yesterday my clouds were gray, depression hit, thought I was finished. I was outside shooting a video, handling business. Then a car pulled up to me, no one around, and God was my witness. Then I slowly approached the ride, confident, nothing to hide. My DSLR to the side, didn't want to spook a surprise. As I got closer, I looked the man directly in his eyes. As I got closer, I saw a pistol sitting on the side. As I got closer, Lord be my witness as I testify. I can feel the Holy Holy Ghost releasing energy inside. As I got closer, first 48 flashed right before my eyes. I never been the type of guy to sit around and tell a lie.